All right. I'm live. And I don't know why. All of my hats are in the laundry. So I have one hat, but it doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. What are you doing, wiener dog? What are you doing, wiener dog? What are you doing, wiener dog? Why is this so weird? Love of my life. All right. So, hello everybody. How are you? I am live. And basically just because I said I was going to go live, I'm live. I have to go live again tonight at 9 for Patreon, the Google Meet peeps. But I figured I would just go live for a little bit here and see how everybody is doing out there in the world. It's raining here. I can see one person. I guess I need a different letter because that's not working. My back hurts. Oh, there's some people. Hello. Weird stuff keeps happening. Yes, me too. Everything is weird. I feel like, I don't know what's happening, but it's weird. My body is weird. My brain is weird. I feel like stuck between, I feel like you, Rick. I feel stuck between, not between timelines necessarily, just stuck between decision making. I'm like, should I do this or should I do that? Like I was going to go live on TikTok today and yesterday and the day before, but I keep like not doing it. And I'm like, why? I don't know what it is. I've been live on there before, but I'm like afraid to. Also, I figured out that like if somebody sends me a gift on TikTok, I only get like less than half of it. So I don't want people to send me gifts on TikTok. I want them to just like not do that. You know what I mean? Even on here, if somebody sends me like a gift on here, it's like I don't get the full amount. So if I want to do readings on TikTok, I would just be like, okay, use my Venmo or my Cash App or my PayPal. So I've been really blocked with going live on there, but like I feel like I should go live on there. Like I keep getting very clear indicators that I should. But here I am over here again. like let me just not listen to that message or that guidance. What's been going on for you, Rick? Why are things weird for you? I definitely feel weirdness. I've been feeling weird like since last week. And I wanted to wear a hat because last time I did all these lives I ended up with a headache. But I'm just going to ask for protection up here so that nothing can impact me or get in there. Opening the vortex, speeding it up to just under the speed of light for transmutation. Anything inside of the vortex needs to out, and anything outside of the vortex that's not at the vibration of the Mahatma, love without condition, is not allowed to enter in. The new sign for me is seeing the same 2-digit number in 2 places at the same time or a few seconds apart. The other day I was talking to Jenny and we were having a lot of that going on where it was like, she lives in New York, I live in Massachusetts, like we're both on the same road, the same names of the roads, the same numbers of the roads, seeing the same license plates numbers, seeing the same, what do you call it, mailboxes, and just so much of it. And it's like, we don't want that. We just want some clarity. I just want some clarity. Give me an answer. Like I told Spirit the other day, I was like, if I need to do this, someone will order this, this, or this. Like I chose 3 things out of my shop that if those orders happen, I will do this. But if someone does this, then I'll stay with this. And like, I've just been waiting and I've still got no, like I was just recording when I was getting ready for this. And an order came in and I was like, yes, I got my answer, but I still didn't get my answer because the thing that they ordered was something different. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just want the answer. Just give me the answer. I think the answer is I need to just make my own decision and not wait for that answer because I could wait forever. These could be signs of mirroring. Yeah, there's a lot of mirroring. And that always happens to me and Jenny. Like whenever Jenny and I, our whole life, like we live on the same road in different states. We've had the same upbringing in different states. There's a lot of weirdness that happens through our whole life until we met, and then since meeting, it's like it still happens to us all the time. I thought I saw a card that says mirror. It says the morning after. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Somebody might be mirroring you. Yeah, weirdness. Weird energies coming through the collective. I feel like a lot of distractions too in the collective, which it makes sense. Like there's a lot of stuff being distracted out there, but I feel like I am being impacted by it as well. Like I'm aware of it, I see it, but I still get distracted by it. Like I know it's a distraction, but I'm like, oh, I'm still distracted by it because it's just the design of it. But yeah, it's been weird. I just got Egypt, which is another synchronicity, because earlier today I saw a video that somebody made, and this is why we need to be so careful online. The guy was talking about like the hurricanes that are happening right now and like the size of them and how they're so weird, but he also mentioned like in Egypt that it snowed and that it was like the first time that it snowed in 112 years. But like if you go Google that, that's from 2013. So I'm like, dude, you're merging timelines heavily over there and just making bullshit up, but people believe him. And that's it's a problem because there's people out there who will make fun of stuff and put stuff out there and like do it in a funny way that like goes over people's heads. And then there's people out who will just mimic what other people have said. And I've been a victim of it. I've believed things that weren't right and had to like revert on it. That's why a lot of times I wait before I say shit too on other places. Like I try to deep dive it because you can't even trust Google. I don't trust Google anyways because they're ahead of like they can manipulate what they want. That's just how this world is. There's like one place that owns all of the news stations, one place that owns all of the food, one place that owns everything. And so yeah, of course, like if they don't want certain things to be put out there, they're gonna spin it in the way that they want it. But then we have people out here that spin it even more, and it's just like, ah. But yeah, I was like, really, did it snow? Because like the hurricanes, the snow, like there's signs, there is a lot of signs of like the end times, like if you're a Bible person, right? Like, oh yeah, so like the desert will start raining, and like where it was dry there will be ponds and lakes, and you know Mother Earth here is going to start doing some chaotic shit. And like the comet, the devil comet that just came through, like all of those things are signs of the times. And it's like, okay. But I also think back and I'm like, I wonder how many different civilizations have felt that way and been like, oh my God, it's the signs of the end times. Because people make a big deal out of everything all the time. Every time we have an astrological event, they're like, this is the last time we're going to have this forever. But then it's like the next month, it seems like we have something very similar to it. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. But that's why we need to look deeply into those things, because there's a lot of manipulators and liars. And I feel like some people aren't manipulators or liars. They're just manipulated and lied to. And they fall into that, oops, I said the wrong thing. But yeah, there's been a lot of weirdness happening for sure. I've got surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So that's interesting because like I said, this whole week I've been like trying to make my answers come to me and not getting the answers, getting everything but the answer. So I feel like I just need to surrender and be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like exempt that bullshit out of my head. And then the illusion is here too. It says time is an illusion, release your confusion. So anybody that's been feeling confused or anybody that's been feeling like distracted or feeling like things have been blocked or whatever, know that something sweet or something sour is coming to you within the hour. But it's time for us to relax and like just surrender into the things that are coming. And then also, like I was just saying, research, look for the answers. The answers you seek will come this week when you open a book and take a look. We don't always want to just jump at what we're shown. Balance the mind, stop wasting time, don't procrastinate, or get caught up in the distractions which are out there, because they're definitely out there. But pour some more and close the door, break time. I feel like it is a good time for us to just relax. Decades will come and go if we don't choose to grow. And sometimes growth is just by allowing ourselves to receive, allowing ourselves to relax. But yeah, I wanted to come in here and see how everybody's doing. See how you guys are handling this chaotic energy that we have. We depend on machines too that make mistakes, like the counter that tells the wrong number of people in the live chat. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of that going on, and I see a lot of that happening. Just in general across all of it. It's like there's so many weird little mistakes and glitches that are going on, and I feel like the more that we are inundating the collective, like the computer systems, the more mistakes are happening, the more things are happening that is like, that's not right, that's wrong. And now we have like the ports that are going to be closing down, so that's great because I can already not afford to eat, so can't wait for that. For like more expensive food than what we already have here. Can't handle that. It says surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So sometimes it's good to not even like think about too much of that stuff that's out there. Like, be aware of it. Don't let them distract you away from the fact that these things are happening, but don't feed into the fear of, oh no, what's gonna happen? Because I was thinking about it. I was like, because they're saying that like one day of those ports being closed is like equivalent to 7 days putting us back. Like, it's like, oh, now we're 7 days behind, and that it's the supplies are half of the United States, so it's gonna make a problem. But like, we've had this happen, and I'm like, what about the hurricanes? Like, I'm sure ports get closed down during hurricanes, and we didn't notice that 7 days being behind of stuff. Like, or other times that things have gone wrong, and it's like, I feel like people make a big deal out of stuff, which it is probably a big deal, but making it a bigger deal can be very detrimental to us. So we don't want to do that. I have the Wisdom Seekers Tower here that I've never used before, so just going to ask for some guidance for the collective to see what we need to know. But yeah, get the King of Pentacles. Go slow. Take your time, because the King of Pentacles is all about like, it feels very thick, but the King of Pentacles, he's got his resources, he's got everything together, he's in his power, he's confident, he's got his money right, he's got his internal workings right, because the Pentacles isn't necessarily money, it's like our wisdom, it's the pentagram, it's the elements, but in order to get here, you would be the Knight of Pentacles first, which is a very slow moving energy, and Taurus energy, Capricorn energy, Earth energy is slow moving energy. So we don't have to rush. When we're the King of Wands, that's when we're rushing and excited, and we're like, oh, I feel like I got to get it all done. I got to do it right now. But sometimes that actually can mess us up, and we don't go the long haul. We end up like falling short on our path because we try to take it on too fast, which as an ADHD person, I kind of have that, where it's like, I either want to do it all right now in this moment or not at all for like 6 weeks. All right now or not at all. And that's how we sabotage ourselves. That's how we end up, distracted, chaotic, having a lot of internal and external, because your internal is going to attract the external. If you're beating yourself up internally, you might start to perceive or even attract people who are beating you up on the external. If you're beating yourself up mentally and emotionally, you might attract in people who are going to do that. If you take on more than you can chew, you probably won't get to the finish line. But if you can slow down and embrace the now, and Eight of Pentacles, work slowly on getting to where you need to go, you will find the Nine of Pentacles, okay? You will get there, but we got to face the fears. We got to face like, oh, I'm so scared, or suppress those fears. Not suppress them in a bad way, but just like acknowledge them and not let them take over. Because the Eight of Swords, right, is an 8. It can be infinitely powerful. It can infinitely mess your world up. You can allow your fears and your anxieties and your doubts to run away with themselves, and then it starts to do really bad things in your life, and it distracts you, and it derails your future. But if you can slow down and work slowly, you will start to get to your Nine of Pentacles, that single, sexy, confident, independent Empress or Emperor energy, where you get to the Ten of Pentacles. And I know this probably because this deck hasn't been very shuffled that well, but the Ten of Pentacles was there. And the Four of Swords is there, which is again about going within and meditating and relaxing and just allowing the blessings to come to you. Again, surrendering to complete healing with the Six of Wands will bring you the victory and the success as the star of the show. You will become the star of the show. You will receive the blessings. You will get all of the answers to your prayers. So it's good signs. Does anybody have a question for the cards? Prince of Pentacles. Ooh, Prince of Pentacles. I think that's the Knight of Pentacles. Or is it the Page? There's the Kings. There's the Queens. Is there Pages? There's a Prince and Princess. All right, so I think, pretty sure the Prince is the Page. No, the Prince is the Knight and the Princess is the Page. So the Knight of Pentacles, again, about going slow is going to get us there. Hello, Drew. How are you? Yes, please. What else can I do to strengthen my relationship with Crystal? All right. So I feel like all of the things that I was just saying probably will align with that too. Okay? Like, surrender, go slow, take it nice and easy. Don't be in a rush. Don't get all chaotic up in your mind. King of Swords, speak your truth with the King of Swords. He's all about truth and integrity. He speaks his truth. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't lie. And again, the Six of Swords is here. This is about moving. If you're in chaotic in your mind, if you're stressed out and anxious, people will pick that up from you, and it will mess things up in your energy and their energy. Like, somebody may like you and enjoy spending time with you, but if you start getting weird or anxious or like, oh, I gotta rush and I gotta say this and blah, 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 or you try to hide who you truly are or be somebody like I want to show my best foot forward. I want to be like, you know what I mean? That type of energy that we can sometimes just do, like, just because we like, oh my goodness, hey, they make me nervous. So we got to work on that. We got to work on that, slowing that down, and just being your true authentic self is the best way. Because if you find that by being your authentic self and by being your real you and not getting all anxious and all of that pushes those people away, then they're not for you, because eventually that mask is going to fall off. We all tend to put a mask on when we're dealing with others, just naturally. And then people who have like ADHD or autism, they put on a mask just to like be out there in the world, because it's a difficult place. We're not neurotypical. We have a different way of thinking and behaving and feeling. But most people put on a mask anyhow. It's like, this is the mask that I wear when I'm with my family, and this is the mask that I wear when I'm like with my pets. And it's like we have different versions of ourselves, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're meeting people, you're dating people, you're interested in people, or you're friends with people, and you're putting on a show for them, and you're not being the realness of yourself due to the anxiety and like all of that stress that comes along with, I don't want them to think I'm weird. Eventually that's going to come down, and they're going to see the real you. So you would want them to embrace the real you. She and I tell each other we love each other every day. That's awesome sauce. So we got the Empress and the Emperor. So and the Lovers are here too. And again, like, this deck hasn't been shuffled fully yet. It's the first time I've used it. But the Emperor, the Empress, and the Lovers, just be yourself. Be yourself. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's like, be yourself. Because that's how you'll get that new start of love. You know, that's how things will work out for you. That's how you'll find your justice and your balance. That's how the judgment calls will be made as whether or not this should work or isn't going to work. You just have to chill, man. Don't freak out. Don't overdo it. Don't build it up in your head. It's just another person. It's just like you and me. Like, everybody is equal here. It's us that puts people up, and when we put people up, we deter ourselves from them. We put a bunch of boundaries between us because they're so amazing. They're so awesome. They're so much better than me. Or I want them to really like me, and then we cause some issues that don't need to be there. So make sure that doesn't become a problem. We also have the Two of Pentacles. Don't let this overcome your thoughts and your mind and your energy. Try to stay cool, calm, collected, because with the Two of Pentacles, that's like juggling more than we can handle. Like, don't take on more than you can chew. We are pretty authentic with each other. I'll just keep going with the flow. Yeah, that's the best way to be. Six of Wands, that's how you'll get your victory. All right, so does anybody else have a question? Anybody? Ace of Pentacles, moving into new beginnings with the Three of Pentacles, the right people to work together with to overcome the anxieties of the Nine of Swords. Hi, Karen. How are you? Do you have a question? Boopity boop. You're welcome. Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, moving out of stagnancy, moving out of fears, moving out of heartache, moving out of like money problems into the balance with the Six of Pentacles, moving into good times. Can I get a love check-in? Sure. All right, so the Two of Pentacles is here with the Six of Pentacles. Again, I feel like the same type of messages that were just coming through a second ago is like, if you've got a lot that you're juggling in your life that could be causing boundaries or blocks towards balance, towards reciprocal energy within love. Yeah, and then I got the Emperor with the Lovers here. Remember that you are the Divine Feminine. Remember that you need to allow yourself to receive some new people around me in addition to the usual you-know-who. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, if you've got a lot of stuff going on or a lot of options, a lot of distractions, a lot of things that you're dealing with, you know, multiple people, multiple ideas, career, ADHD mindset, anyways, I feel like that could be causing some blocks in some areas, not necessarily in a way where it's like it's impossible to get over. But you got to remember, like, what we give is what we get is what we give. However, you are Divine Feminine, so allow yourself to receive love. Allow yourself to attract the Emperor. Like, I know another Divine Feminine right now that, like, she's been dating and she's having the best time of her life. Like, good guy shows up, bringing her gifts, like, taking her out, checking in with her every day. And she's, like, done with the you-know-who. So... And she's being blessed because of that, because she's choosing herself and she's allowing herself to receive, and she's allowing these new guys to show her, you know, like she deserves better. And that may be how you get better from who knows who or whatever in the future. But for right now, it's like just letting the past be the past and embracing these new starts and just seeing where they go without any attachment to outcome or without any attachment to feeling like necessarily like, oh, I got to still think about this person from the past, because if that person from the past isn't showing up, then we're just going to stay stuck in that Five of Pentacles energy. It's going to block our blessings. It's going to block our abundance. It's going to block us from the right people that we feel good with, that's like we can celebrate with and have a good time with. And we don't want that, because like I said, you're the fucking Empress. Okay, so you need to be the Empress and allow yourself to receive and just be in that flowing energy of like, I don't have to do anything. I can just allow things to come to me, and I can allow the right people to come to me without the doubts, and I can allow clarity to come to me in these situations too. I want a divine masculine. I want a man that protects, that pursues, that provides, that is doing something, that's showing up, that is emotionally fulfilling my cup, that isn't like, you know, making me feel all these weird things that go along with some of those older experiences that we may have been through. I'm allowing to receive, but there's still synchronicities coming up, and that's the exact same thing that was going on with that other person. They've been dating, they've been going out, having a great time. This new guy, he's so awesome sauce, and like their chemistry is great, and their energy is great, and bop-a-da-boop. But then all of these songs start coming in, and all of these numbers start coming in, and all of these reminders that start coming in. But guess who's not coming in? The motherfucker that belongs to them. So it's a test, and that's another message that's been coming up a lot this month. It came up in the Patreon like throughout the whole month. It's come up in private readings with people. It's come up within the readings I've done on here. Is like, you're gonna be tested, you're gonna be tempted, you're gonna see offers from the universe, but we need to be like kind of like, okay, logically, like that's a sign of him, that's his name, and that's his date of birth, and that's whatever. But is he there? Is he there? Is he showing up? No. And it's like, oh yeah, look, the moon, we're being distracted, okay? And it's a little testy test, because it's also our subconscious. Like, we spent all this time thinking about this person. We spent all this time waiting on this person. We spent all this time doing things, you know, like connected to that in the back of our head. So our subconscious is going to pull things up, especially when we detach, because when we detach from an outcome and we start moving on, we start spending time with other people, it gives that space for more room to manifest. It's like we pulled away. Oh, here comes all the signs. Here comes all the syncs. Here comes all of those little reminders. And sometimes here they come. And it's a test even in that sometimes, because how are they showing up? So if they do show up, how are they showing up? Are they in comparison to these other people that are giving us their time, energy, and attention? Are they in comparison to the people that are emotionally fulfilling, and like, you know, spending time with us and just like the bare minimum of human decency? So we want to make sure that we are expecting more for ourselves and not letting, like, don't let the fucking universe breadcrumb you, because that's all that really is at the end of the day. It's like we attract the synchronicities based on our energy and what we're focused on, what we're thinking about, even if we're not consciously thinking about it. But it's like in the shadows, yes, they may still be there. We may still be getting signs that we need to be that Queen of Swords and protect ourselves and protect our heart and be like, okay, like I'm gonna acknowledge it, but like if he wants me, he needs to fucking show up. He needs to get out of his wherever the fuck he is land and show up, because other people are showing up. So I'm not going to miss out on these opportunities that are presented to me just because 333, you know, like we need to just be mindful of that at this time. But that is something that other people are going through right now. I wouldn't say in my case the new options are awesome. They are just okay options. One of them, main ones, doesn't like my dogs, so that's already not going to work long term. If anything, I get options that still make, you know, who look better. Yeah. And I feel like that's also on you too. Like there's something inside of you that's still connected to him on an emotional level. You still care about him. You still feel like that comparison that comes out, and you care, you love him. However, also look at the things that, like the comparison, like I was saying, like he's not there, he's not showing up, he's not communicating. He's like, he may like your dogs, but he's not spending any time with them or even attempting to. So in the moment, like, let's just focus on the good things that are showing up, and so we can attract even better things to show up. And if he's one of them, great, but let's not attach an outcome to it, and let's not compare the new people to him, because that's not fair, you know. And like, let's not paint him in a picture of he's so amazing either, because he's not really giving you all that much. He gave you something in the past, but he retreated and is dealing with a lot in his life. And if you really want to be in a relationship right now, and you really want to receive right now and have somebody that's there with you, it's okay to let other people show up. It's okay to entertain other options and to see where they go, and not, you know, put them to the test of comparing with this love long thing that you had this big connection with. Allow these other connections to show you the strength of themselves. And when you find people that don't like your fucking dog, get rid of them immediately. Don't entertain it. That's not good enough. You're not good. If you don't like my fucking dog, get the fuck out of here. The fuck? Like, that's my dog. I would understand if people are like, oh man, there's way too many dogs. Like, me too, I get it. I don't really enjoy it either. But like, surrender to your full power. You get this message a lot with the lion energy, the Leo energy. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So play, you know, look, 2 lions here, 2 strengths here. Be that powerful version of you and allow yourself to attract that. Yeah, the dog hater has been persistent. Well, dude, then he needs to start liking the dogs. If you be like, if you want me, I'm a package deal, motherfucker. Like, I don't just come with me. It's my dogs and me. And then surrender the idea you can fix someone. It just popped through too. So keep that in mind. Like when you're thinking about, you know who, the person in the past, like it's time for a relationship to shift. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or own healing. So again, stepping into your full power is the only thing you need to do. Stop trying to think about him. Stop trying to compare him. Stop wondering like the what ifs. And when you see the signs, just acknowledge them and try to move on quickly from it without analyzing it or like looking for deeper meaning into it, because we attach that meaning to those things, and we can attract a lot more of it by paying attention to it. But yeah, it is hard. It's not easy to deal with seeing all of those signs and all of those synchronicities, and you know, trying to go out and meet someone new, and everywhere you go, it's like, oh, here's that reminder of that person that you've been thinking about all this time. And it's like, well, why? And who cares, really, honestly? Even if at home his energy is pulling on you because he misses you, then he needs to step up and do something about it. If he's feeling sad, he's the only one that has that responsibility to heal. And I just got karmic relationship. So it's detached, unhealthy love, staying stuck in a low vibration. Empowering yourself is the best thing to do for the best outcome, regardless of what that means. Maybe that means he gets his shit together. Maybe that means you find someone better. But it's up to you to be empowered to be like, no, I deserve someone that's ready for me. I deserve someone that's loving me and my puppies. I deserve better. Surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key is to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So just allow yourself to detach from those things that aren't serving you. And then you may also be afraid of intimacy. Like, and I feel like this has been happening for a while. Like, you'll meet this guy and it's like there's this issue. And you meet this guy and there's this issue. And you meet this guy and there's this issue. And I feel like under the surface, there's a reason why you're attracting in people that you're not like vibing with. You're still afraid to fully be intimate with other people because there's still an attachment to the old man. So be mindful of that and give people a chance. Give yourself a chance to be intimate. It's okay that, like, you know, that thing's happening, but there's a reason for it happening. And it's usually whatever's going on inside of us. My dog gets final. Yes, of course. My dog gets final decision too, because of everything I do, they have final decisions on. But you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So look for those things that are stopping you from opening your heart. Look for the thing, like the pattern of like, am I looking for a reason to not like this guy? Am I looking for a reason to, like, you know, cut myself off from this situation or block myself from other opportunities? Am I still holding on to the situation, and is it blocking me from intimacy in my life? And, you know, just take your time with it. It doesn't have to be overnight, but you have the strength that you have everything inside of you that you need to get to the happiness and to have like that good feeling again inside of you. 6 of Cups is like feeling nostalgic and the romance and the past connections. You will find justice, but it may take a little bit of time. So just stay in that Empress energy and keep doing your healing, keep doing meditations, keep slowly working on your way, and you will find your justice. But yeah, does anybody else have a question? Any other questions for the cards? I have my past life deck. You're welcome. What do we need to know about our past lives? Wealthy. We were wealthy in the past lives. Manifest abundance, easily born for luxury. Is the new song I'm working on pointing to a new level of inspiration in my work? I feel like it could be bringing you some abundance. It could be bringing you some abundance because I was just getting that energy. Is the new song I'm working on pointing to a new level of inspiration in my work? Four of Wands? I feel like, yeah, and okay, because the Four of Wands is like, yes, this is a new foundation. This is good. This is something solid. This is something stable. I got my, like, ba-boom-ba-doom together. And attracting in, like, a healthier union with stuff. The Five of Wands came out, too, but I feel like that could be you doubting. You know, like, that's, like, you getting a little conflicted in the back of your head. Like, is this something I should work on? Is this the next level of inspiration? Or is it just, like, a distraction? Or is it not going to be any good? Like, and we all do that. Doesn't matter. As an artist, as a singer, as whatever, any type of thing that we're creating, a lot of times we, on the process of it, we'll have all types of thoughts of surrounding it. And then when we release it, we're nervous about it. But with the Ace of Cups here too, I feel like it is an opportunity for an emotionally fulfilling experience. Yeah, and a Princess of Cups. So the Page of Cups, just allow yourself to be authentic, allow yourself to be vulnerable, and know that things are moving in a fluid way for you. Something good is coming. I feel like you will be more inspired. Did something flip? Something flipped. 6 of Wands, success and victory. So I do feel like so. That's good. It could be a new foundation. Yeah, I feel like it's a foundation that's leading you to victory and success and good outcomes if you allow it to. 10 of Wands, just don't let yourself get burdened and don't take on too much at a time. Like I was already saying tonight, go slow. That's how you get to your 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment and happily ever after. That's how you'll find your wealth. That's how you'll get your ship to go to where you're trying to go, is by taking it slow. Don't rush it, you know? Like if you're inspired and it's coming out, awesome sauce. But if you rush it or you start to like try to jump too much at once, you'll burn out. So don't burn yourself out or overindulge in too much at one time. with the escape artist, I feel like this is an escape for, like, there's an opportunity to escape that cycle of burning out and like taking on too much. We also have old flame here, so the old flame may be an inspiring way in your music too, because think about all the people out there that are having a hard time in love, or they have heartache, or they're still hanging on to old love and stuff like that. Use that as inspiration for your music too. Use your heartache as an inspiration, because I feel like anything that's stifled, it will spark like this new fling of energy, and it will speak to people on an emotional level, and it will bring good vibes to people on an emotional level, and it will help. So to get it outside of you. Any lovers' quarrels, the difficulty of letting go, becoming more refined as you go on your path, you know, putting a little bit of the projection and transparency into your music. It may feel taboo, it may feel awkward, but a lot of people will just resonate. And the answer is yes. That's your way to nirvana, is with the old flame and speaking up and bringing those good vibes into it. So maybe, you know, utilize a little bit of that in there. The times that you've been victimized, the times that you've been through toxicity, and the way that you're freeing your spirit so that you can, you know, feel better. All of the differences that people go through in their lives. People resonate with that type of music. I think that's why, like, Jelly Roll has become so big, is because he's like, somebody save me. Like, save from myself. Yep, trust and faith. Use your lessons and blessings in your trust and faith to inspire you and to help you with your music. And I think that will really reach a lot of people on an emotional level, and it will be good for you. And yeah, spouse, look at that. Use the music, like, use relationships in the music. Your relationships, or the inspiration of like what you want. You know, think of all the fucking powerful love songs out there, like all the songs that go viral and stuff. It's like, is it too late now to say sorry? And all, like, the, what's his name there, the guy with the red hair and the glasses, all his fucking songs. I have so many experiences to draw on. Exactly. When you're single, when you're married, what you want, what you didn't want, the serenity, the intimacy, like, just all of the songs hit with the emotions. And that's the 10 of Cups type of stuff. Like, oh, she broke my heart and I fell apart and nothing worked out, but I'm moving out. Get honed in on that, and it will help you to reach people on that. That's how we reach people, is through the emotions, through connecting with them and understanding them, speaking to them on that level. That is the bearer of the gift, and the answer is yes, that will help you. Be a chameleon too, you know, be able to adapt through it so you can set the record straight. Look at that. And you can share your truth through the music, and people won't even know, because like when famous people put out songs, a lot of times people are like, oh my god, they're talking about so and so and so and so, but then you find out like they didn't even write the song, they just got the song given to them from somebody else. So it's like, no, it's not about this person, they just literally had someone write that song. But you have the full power to write the song and make the song and create the song, and you can put whatever you want into it. You can have songs that are based on truth, and songs that are based on what you want to manifest, and songs that are like a mix of all of that. You can take inspiration from other people's songs, but I feel like, you know, speaking from the heart is going to be good for you to attract, you know, that next level and set that record straight again. Yes, I am live. You're at work? Uh-oh. Do you have a question? You can watch the answers later. Boopity 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 boop 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 boop. Boopity 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 boop boop boop. If anybody else has a question, let me know. We got the player. I feel like somebody's in the player. I get out in like an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know if I'll still be on here in an hour and 20 minutes. I gotta go live at 9 for my Patreon people with the Google Meet, but the playback will be here. So if you have a question, prop it in there, and I will put it here at like I've been on for 40 minutes, so it'll be around the 40-minute mark. Is this remember? I'm just live. And people have questions, so I was taking them. It's up to you. Boppity beepity boopity beep. This is public. Yes, this is public. All of the peoples can see. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or you fear aging or death. Repeat this affirmation. I have faith that all is well. I feel like that one is for me. General reading, please. Okay. I made a video before I came on here tonight when I was getting ready to come on because I have been afraid of change. I'm like, what should I do? Should I do this or do that? And I've been doing that a lot this week, not just in one area. Oh, you got Egypt. This came through earlier too. Player energy, probably me. Well, it said in limbo too, so that could be causing you in limbo if you're playing with people, or like people are, you know, playing with people who are players. Careful with that. Egypt came through earlier in the cards today. So, and I know you have Egypt come through a lot, Melissa, for yourself. You also have the Celtic coming through here. I feel like your past lives are influencing you, and they've been influencing you since you were a baby. It's like the whole reason you came into the life that you've come into is because of the past lives that you've lived. Yeah, lessons and blessings. So there's a lot of lessons and blessings in this life, but like sometimes we focus so much on the lessons rather than the blessings, and then we just attract more fucking lessons. So try to focus on the blessings that are available to you so you can break free from the slavery of those lessons that you've been through. Earth is a slave system, can't settle in a job, relationships, or stay too long. I feel like you may have a tendency to just keep finding yourself in the same type of situation over and over. And you're meant to be the warrior. You're meant to break out of those repeating situations. We also have love that began in another lifetime and will live on for more. Yes, Egypt is my past lives. I shared many with the twin in Egypt. So yeah, I feel like some of it's tied to that life specifically, but it's also carried on to other lives, including this life. And so you're meant to be the warrior and break out of those chains that have been binding you. And you can do that through connecting with Pachamama, connecting with your soul, connecting with your guided meditations and things that is going to help you to release any resentments or release any blocks or release anything that's been hanging on for too long and find peace again in this life. You also have the Starseed soul. So this may be coming from many, many, many lives in many different dimensions coming into this lifetime. Signed up for this. Major obstacles to rise up through, healing and ascending, anchoring high energy onto the earth is what you're meant to do. So that's part of your lessons and blessings too, is even though you may go through some difficulties, you're meant to bring in, those higher vibrations and clear out the old ones and break away from those old lessons and blocks. So with the islands here, you may have been in Atlantis as well. I need to do more spiritual work. Yeah, man, do some spiritual work because that's going to make you feel more wealthy and attract the abundance and the luxury that you were born to experience, but you may be blocking yourself by, putting those things off and not, and getting distracted and getting like caught up in other things or taking, like, I'll do it tomorrow or whatever. And it's like, it doesn't even have to be difficult. Like I put meditations on while I'm going to sleep. So like I'm doing a bunch of meditations in my sleep. That's like, you still want to take time to do it like consciously here and there, but you don't have to make it a big deal. Like spiritual work doesn't have to be that difficult. It's more so about meditating, relaxing, going within, balancing your energy and finding the things that work for you. Everybody's different. Like I have people who get my guided meditations and go for a nature walk so that they don't fall asleep, and then other people who listen to them and go to sleep, but it's going in on a subconscious level. But that's how you're going to find your way to be the star and clear the obstacles that are in the way of you. Any problems, any barriers, any interruptions, you will be able to become more anchored and enduring and solid when you allow yourself to do that work. Thank you. This is just like leftover from what did I do? Oh, I did red and then I did green, and this is like what happened after that. It's just kind of faded into this, but other people have said they liked it, so thank you. Yeah, there's a storm brewing under the surface, Melissa, so be careful. Liberate and destroy yourself. Don't give yourself lip service and don't take on lip service from others. Actually do the work that is required for you to heal. Thank you very much, Karen. That is going to be the stepping stone for you. to get to the process of arrival, taking those baby steps and keep on going to get your way out of the distractions and the blocks and the lessons that, you know, are leading you to your blessings, so you can cut the things out that aren't working for you, and take the action on the little intuitive moments when you're like, I need to do more spiritual work. What does that mean to you? Do it. Don't wait. Don't be like, oh, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it tomorrow, or whatever. Just do it when you feel guided to do it, whatever that is. And that's how you're going to migrate and become dependable and know where you're going. Oh, yeah, and find your accomplishment, the completion of cycles. You'll find that you'll come to the end of that chapter that's been, like, difficult, and find the right agreement, the right pact, the right people, the right inspiration. It's the key to your undoing. I don't know, what is that from? Is that from Aladdin? Maybe that's the key to your undoing. Is that the guy there from Jafar? Slow the healing. Yes, that's a thing that was coming through a lot today, slowing down. But the key to your solution is to take the action and do what you feel guided to do when it comes to, like, I should do this. Yes, do it. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. He's a vizier. I don't know what a vizier is. What is a vizier? I'm thinking of, like, a visor. I'm a visor, like on the car. What are those? What's a vizier? Like a special something? Like I always thought he was like a sultan or I don't know, a magical man. And oh, advisor. I'm like, what is this? What is a vizier? Prime Minister. Okay. Makes sense. He seems very, I guess it makes sense for that too, because sometimes they seem creepy. You know? Those peoples. Some of the church people are kind of creepy with their outfits and stuff. Like a high-ranking political figure. Why does he have like a magical thing and shit? Like, they're doing shit. They're doing shit that they don't want us to know about. Their magical stuff. Like, why else would they put it? And Disney knows. Disney knows. Disney knows. Does anybody else have a question? Ace of Wands. Look, it's his thing. It's his magical staff. His little snake. His serpent. I gotta watch that now that I'm an adult, because I feel like there's a lot of symbolism in there that we didn't pay attention to. Queen of Swords. There's a lot of shit in there. I do love Aladdin. I was going to repeat my Jasmine costume this year. I've been red Jasmine and regular LOL. That's awesome. Do it. I'm like, wait a minute. What do I have? I've been Dream of Genie, but I have, the hell is that? It's kind of like, oh, it's an Egyptian, like, queen. I forget the name of her, but I have the thing right here. I forget, but it's all gold and black and, like, see-through pants and stuff. It looks like a queen or like a genie. Does anybody else have a question for the cards? I could wear this to protect my head. I need to figure out how to drop the dog hater. I'm so bad at that. Well, block the motherfucker. You need to be the Queen of Swords. And you need to be stubborn and confident about it. Purpose-driven. Get it done. Be reliable. Be like, listen, this isn't going to work. You don't like my dogs. I don't like you if you don't like my dogs. I know it's hard. It's hard to be mean to people, but sometimes you need to be mean to people. Or maybe, I don't know, have a couple of drinks and your natural, like, rah, will come out. Hear this person be like, all right, fuck you. Yeah, you got the lion right here. You just need to be the bitch. You just need to say no. Because it's going to make you fatigued. Like, entertaining people, and I know how hard it is because I've done this, and it drains us. It burns us out. It makes us sick. So try not to let it linger for too long because it's just not good for you. Yes, attitude is everything. You can be cool, calm, and collected. You don't need to freak out. You don't have to be mean. But maybe even that would be a better approach because sometimes I feel like with like my ADHD mind, I have a tendency to be like, I'll try to be like funny about it or sarcastic or like it's in my way of like being nice about like, listen, I don't want you fucking near me. But sometimes people don't get the memo that way. But if you're like very like, all right, listen, like, no, this isn't going to go anywhere. If you don't, like I can just tell it's not going to go anywhere. I don't want to waste my time and just let it be the attitude that's within you. You'll be powerful, independent. Take time alone to think about it, but you should be comfortable because otherwise it's just going to drain you. And yes, Archangel Michael can help you to cut those cords. I've also have this very strange vibe since yesterday that he's testing me. Maybe. But do we want someone that's look at you guys fucking strength with Leo again. You don't want somebody that's playing games and shit because that's just not good. Like, we need somebody that's caring and open, authoritative, warm, creative, hospitable, determined, like, active and good. There was another weird person that messaged me. Okay. This is an opportunity to change the status quo. So, change your perspective, get clear vision. Attitude is everything. Trust your gnosis. Look at, there's your doggy. Your doggy knows, confidence is how you're going to go through this. Believe in your power and be resilient and don't get stuck in that situation of entertaining somebody that's beneath that bullshit because it's not good. But I was like, am I crazy to make that assumption? Trust your gut. Usually our gut knows. Songs of Starlight, can I get a love question? How does my divine counterpart feel right now? And messages from him. Okay. All right, messages from the divine counterpart. Whatever. These ones went fine. I fantasize about you every night, and I pray you will forgive me. So this person may be thinking about you a lot at nighttime. They could be fantasizing about you in, freaky deaky ways. Hoping that you're going to forgive them. They're like, nobody understands the darkness inside of me. They have a lot of inner demons that they're facing. A lot of bullshit that they're going through. Anything else that this person is saying? Your light is guiding me home, beautiful. You sparked something inside of me. So you have sparked something inside of this person. They are trying to find their way out of that darkness and out of those illusions and out of that demonic attachment type of bullshit. But your light is guiding them out of there. But they may be, distracting themselves, getting high, trying to drink things away, or, just do things that block them from their focus on it. But I feel like that might be why at nighttime things kind of creep in, because during the day it's easy to keep running around and being distracted. But it's like when you try to lay down and go to sleep, you might come to this person's mind. We also have nothing comes close to how deep you please me. And exploring every inch, studying you. So this person could be looking at you or studying you, thinking things about you that, like, remembering times about you at night, specifically, again, with the I fantasize about you every night. They may also be stripping down the beliefs that they hold about themselves, and they may want to take a leap of faith in a new direction. Put caution to the wind with the Princess of Wands. This is like the Page of Wands. I feel like they're trying to get creative in how they're going to make a move forward in towards the Hierophant energy. Maybe they're just they don't know how to make a commitment to themselves or others. Maybe they've never really done that before, or they're struggling when it comes to like that spiritual level of commitment in our lives, and being distracted by illusions, being distracted by their belief systems, being distracted by other people, and going through tower moments. And I feel like tower moments are good for us because they do bring us to new judgments and they help us to make new realizations. So I feel like he's just going through a lot internally and trying to run from it at the same time, trying to ignore it at the same time, but keeps finding himself back at that place of like, oh shit, I need to take that next level commitment. Prince of Pentacles is like the Knight of Pentacles. So he's going slow, but he is slowly headed towards justice in his life. And with the Eight of Wands, I do think he wants to take action and communicate and travel any distance that's been made. Again, trying to get creative and making that judgment call, though. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do, but I do feel like I'm supposed to do something. I'm supposed to get in my chariot. I'm supposed to be committed and stable. He feels like this is an uncommon bond, and he may want to reawaken the lost hopes that have been here and wants to lead the pack and come out successfully. Wants to take a leap of faith. And have luck within the situation, but maybe struggling. I did see the swans there too when I split the deck. He's trying to figure out what to do. He's trying to get that aha moment. Is he someone at a distance? We've got start of the season, original trendsetter. I also have this came out while I was saying that, so I'm not quite sure. This is like cunning, sly, crafty, redhead. Hold on. That may not be the person. Well, is he someone at a distance? We get the crossroads journey, multiple choice, free will, opportunity, weigh the options and decide. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, if you're going back and forth in your head about something like that, like if you're like, is he at a distance or is he close by? Like, or if you like are wondering, like, is it this person or someone else? You need to decide, because you are the deciding factor in your life. No matter what it is that we do, you need to be the one that decides. Like, again, and I think that's why I've been struggling this past week, is like I keep being like, if I'm supposed to do this, show me that. And if I'm supposed to do this, show me this. And the universe isn't showing me the answer. And they're like, fuck yourself. Basically, like, no. But you are at the crossroads. You get to decide, and then we have things working against you, but persistence pays off. Determined repetition makes dreams become real. You need to be determined on the repetition of doing what's best for you and following your heart and your soul, regardless of what is going on externally of you, regardless of what you're seeing, what signs, what synchronicities, like what has already happened. The only way you're going to get to a clear outcome is when you stand alone in your own like divinity, in your own knowing and trusting what you are getting for yourself. Like, if you're questioning a person or you're questioning who is the person for me, then they're probably not. Confusion doesn't come along with the one that we're meant to have. Like, we shouldn't be that confused about it. Like, we shouldn't be that doubtful about it. Like, we should just know within ourselves. And when we have that knowing, it makes it a lot easier. And then, like, if someone shows up in our life and they're causing all this chaos and all this confusion, all this stuff, then they may not be the best for us. Maybe that will change in the future. But right now, obviously, if they're just causing confusion and nothing is happening, then they weren't sent from God. It was like there's something there that needs to shift in order for that to either become the case or someone else to be the one. But you're going through a rebirth, transformation, heeding the call of renewal, destruction and creation. You need to just surrender and trust that you will be brought to the right choice when you keep choosing yourself. You will don't let yourself get mixed up in like lip service or miscommunications out there, or just taking the parts and pieces of things that you want to make sense. Make it make sense for yourself within. What makes sense for you? What feels right for you? What is divine to you? Where is your divine counterpart in this world? Like, what makes sense of that? What is your divine counterpart doing in this world? How are they making you feel in this world? Are they ready to show up and communicate with you? And trust your compass within. It's going to help you to seek the truth and find your way and discover what's truly for you. But I feel like they're basically saying it's up to you to decide that. Yeah, because you are enchanting, you're exceptional, you're exciting. It's time for a new beginning of expansion where you can be carefree. So 2 energies came out, not just one divine masculine. See, that's the thing. There's energy here, and it's up to you to decide. I'm not necessarily getting that there's 2 energies. I'm getting that there's an energy present that you're questioning. You're questioning, are they at a distance? And if you're questioning, is someone at a distance, then it's like, you're questioning the energy. You're questioning, is that person? You're placing questions on it, and they're telling you need to trust what's going on within you. Like, and again, if you are being confused about something or unsure about something with somebody, then that could be a clear indication that right now they're not serving you at your highest and best. You deserve something that's stable, secure, and good. That's like very clear. Like, I know where they are. I know what's going on with them. I know that this is the one for me. Because when you ask me a question, you like ask for a love check-in with your divine masculine, you have something in the back of your head that connects to. Like, there's already a pre-existing energy. So I'm tapping into that energy that you're reading about. But then you're like, are they at a distance? That shows me that there's confusion inside of you of like, well, is that really him? Or maybe is it someone else? And I feel like that confusion needs to be cleared up within you so that you can get very clear direction towards what you're wanting to manifest, and getting very clear direction towards that divine masculine. But when you ask a question, all of that subconscious stuff, all of those energies, all of that things that you've already been holding on to inside of your life comes through in the energy. I shouldn't ask about love much, lol. It is about working on yourself right now, and that's the answer. Trust your gut. That's what I'm saying. Like, the energy is energy. You will be guided to what you're meant to do when you trust in yourself and you let go of like the outcomes and the distractions and like the questioning of things. Because if we're questioning everything, then we're causing that chaos in the energy. But there is a mask here. There's a disguise, ego, projection, persona, representation, performance. I feel like we are the determining factor in the divine masculine in our life. Like, I can't exempt, like when I read for you, like I can't, I mean, I could be like, okay, like let's not, but it's complicated. It's like, it's layered, because in the back of your head, there's a person that you've connected into that level and into that energy. And then you're doubting it, so then there's that energy, and then there's like the true energy out there around you, but it's your energy that's out there around you. You mirror things, you you project things, you create things constantly, and what you put out is what you attract back. And I feel like sometimes you are confusing yourself and creating, or like, you know, wanting to hear certain things, but also knowing certain things under the surface is going to influence the messages that you receive. Yeah, and like memories and things like that are influencing you. Keep focusing on yourself, and just tell the universe that, like, I want very clear indication that I'm on the right path, and I'm open to receiving communication and like support from a divine masculine, not that guy that I think about sometimes, not the who maybe he be, just whoever it is that's aligned to me on that level of what I want to receive. But if sometimes we also have wounds, sometimes we also have like stuff that has happened in our lives, that we keep attracting the same type of masculine. So we keep seeing the same fucking lesson over and over and over from different people that maybe aren't ready to treat us the way that we truly deserve to be treated. So we want to get clear on how we want to be treated, how we like, what is our true idea of divine masculine, because even that has been tainted for many of us. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, divine masculine cheats and he lies and he ghosts and he disappears and he does all these things, and that's not a good fucking thing. So sometimes it's best to just take that whole label off, get rid of the whole twin flame thing, get rid of the whole divine masculine thing, and just be like, I am ready to be the best version of me, and attract in that mirror of who that's going to be. And if it's Joe Schmo from Idaho, or somebody that's at a distance, or somebody that's wherever, I want him to come in. But we just basically are best to keep working on ourselves, yes, and allowing that to manifest the best outcome, to be that magician and to transmute that energy, so we don't keep running into the same cycles, into the same things. And that's how you're going to increase your resources and increase the investment that you're putting out there, and be prosperous and find the good outcomes with others. But I do feel like there's a little bit of confusion within you around your energy, okay? And there's infinite potential. There's infinite timelines. There's a timeline right now where it's like, this is what you are focused on, so this is what you're creating. And then there's one right here where it's a little bit different. And then there's one over here that's like very vastly different. But it's like how you're showing up in the moment is going to determine which timeline you go down, and which one brings you to your twin flame, or which one brings you to another lesson, or which one brings you to somebody that's very much like that last person. But I would more so focus on what your idea of divine masculine energy is, and attracting and asking for that to show up. I want somebody that's pursuing me, protecting me, providing to me, that communicates with me, that doesn't play games, that isn't like, there isn't going to be complications. It doesn't have to be difficult. I maybe have gotten these false beliefs inside of me somewhere along the way that like sometimes it's difficult, or sometimes it has to be some weird fucking thing in the way. Maybe that's what I saw as a child, or maybe that's what I went through in another lifetime, or maybe that's just what I keep fucking seeing on the planet and in the readings that I keep tuning into. But that doesn't necessarily reflect what you truly want or deserve from within. What do you want from within? And what do you know you're worthy of from within? And if you're still struggling with that, then just keep working on yourself to know, like, yeah, I'm wise, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing. I attract my twin flame by just being who I am. And the best version of me is going to attract in the best version of my twin flame. But if I still got work to do, then I might keep attracting people that are not ready to communicate, or that ghost from me, or have third parties, or do weird shit that I don't really want. But you are a high priestess. You have a high priest out there. You have wisdom inside of you from other lifetimes. Ancient Egypt keeps showing up today over and over and over. There is somebody out there that's meant for you, but it's also that reflection of you. So just be who you're meant to be for yourself. Like, be the best version of you, and you will attract in the best mirror that's going to mirror that. Yeah, we don't want people who are interested in themselves. We don't want cursed bullshit. We don't want hidden stuff under the surface. We don't want to be addicted to things that are going to block us from the good stuff. But if, like, we know Joe Schmo over here doesn't communicate, he did some rares and he ghosts and he did this and he did that and do, but we keep hanging on to him, we're going to block ourselves from the good guy. We're going to block ourselves from the expansion. And that's, again, us choosing to do that. It's us choosing to allow for those things to stay. You know, so if you want communication, you want healthy, good prosperity, rise up out of those cycles and just be the best version of you. And that doesn't mean that they can't ever be. It just means that once you fully emanate that, if they're ever going to get there, then they might get there. But if they can't get there, you'll be okay, because somebody better will show up in their place. What is the eclipse season bringing into my life? Chaos. Chaos for everybody. No, we have head of the pack house. Successful, completion, drive, getting it done, leading, finishing first, dominant, persistent, will to win. And then roots, comfort, safety, family, tradition, building, shelter, boundaries. So I feel like you might find the right place to be. You might feeling more at home within your skin, within your foundation, within the people that you know. You might find that you start winning in life, or like having better outcomes with things, like just feeling like this is working out and this is working out and this is working out. What else? What else? 8 of Wands. So again, more action, more communication, more travel. You might go somewhere. You might go to a new home, or you might just find yourself feeling like a lot of expansion, a lot of communication, a lot of like fiery action is happening. I feel like you've been the wounded warrior, or you've been through some bullshit. Like, we've all been through some stuff, but you're allowing yourself to expand and meet the right people and find the right opportunities. And with the 3 of Cups, this is like celebrations and good times, and, you know, having something to enjoy. Like, yeah, this is a great day. And the Magician is here, so it's like you're the magician. You've transmuted things that may have not have been working out in your favor. You're an alchemist, and you're allowing for better outcomes to manifest. And with the King of Pentacles, this came through earlier, it's like it doesn't have to be a rush. So take your time with this and know that, like, steady wins the race, like that turtle energy. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get there when I get there. I don't have to race. I feel like there's going to be a lot of fire and passion, and things are going to be working out for you that might propel some energy within you to feel like I should do more, or I should keep going, or maybe take off more than you could chew. But the true way to get to that fullness of the King of Pentacles is to just go steady as you can, and not race yourself, or feel like I've got to go so quickly. I got to strike while the iron's hot. Like, while it's working out, let me take on more than I should. Steady as you can. Know that there may be people that are looking at you at this time, or some new opportunities are going to present to you. Something to do with either social media, or just even people in your community. You might run into somebody. Somebody might have been keeping an eye on you that might have some sort of opportunity for you to take that next level commitment to yourself. with the Hierophant here. This could be some sort of commitment. It could even be just on a spiritual level, like committing to evolution, committing to fighting the distractions, committing to no longer getting mixed up in the mindsets that block us, right? We all go through lessons and blessings, but we get to determine how long we stay stuck in the lessons before we get to the blessings. So you have everything you need inside of you. You've got the strength inside of you. I feel like you're going to be very magnetic with this chaos energy coming in. It's like harnessing the chaos energy and transmuting it into something more powerful for yourself so you can be the successful leader of the pack, and you're going to be getting it done. You're going to be purpose driven. You're going to be reliable, being stubborn, confident, and you're going to be seeing the end of a cycle. So if things have been difficult, or you've been feeling kind of stagnant, or you've just been kind of like at a fork in the road in any way, I feel like you're making decisions at this time with the judgment to resurrect, to be like this person here. Like, I'm rising out of the dark. I'm rising out of the ashes. I'm changing. I'm awakening. There's a destruction of what was, but I'm meeting the right people. I'm like networking. Again, this could be even social media type of stuff for the Hierophant, which is that next level commitment, that evolution of your soul that's going to make you get to the head of the pack and having the success in your life that may have felt. And this is making sense anyways, because all of the energies that we're seeing collectively with planets and all of that is helping us. It's like things may feel like this right now. They may feel destructive. They may feel chaotic. Like we have storms literally manifesting in the United States. Indecision, misunderstanding, like, what am I supposed to do? But it's leading us to the fireworks, to the chemistry, to the outcomes of like, wow, that's so much better. Yay, I'm so glad that fucking bullshit shit show is over. And now, like, I'm emotionally fulfilled. I'm feeling loved. I'm feeling supported. I'm right where I'm meant to be. You know, finding the right people, the soulmates, the twin flames, the divine people in our lives that are making us feel practical, grounded, dutiful, stable, secure as an empress or an emperor, and being charming, abundant, you know, receiving all the blessings. So basically, you're going to be receiving a lot of blessings. Why am I hesitating to pursue other career options right now? A career reading, please. Okay, so we got the stalemate coming through, and it says standoff, no way out, non-committal, hold out, delay tactics, blocked, refusing to compromise. And this is actually something I've been doing too recently, where it's like, I know I should be doing something. I keep getting guided to do something. I want to do something, but here I am again, not doing it. Like, I keep holding back, and you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. I feel so lazy in my personal life as well. I feel like a lot of us are going through this, and I, like everything I was just saying in that prior one, I think it's going to be shifting pretty soon. Like the planets and things are stabilizing, and things are going to be kind of going into a different flow. We're eclipsing out the darkness right now. We also have a new little moon thing coming in that's going to be very potent and powerful for manifesting. So set the clear intentions for yourself of like, okay, I'm ready to let go of the stagnancy. I'm ready to no longer be like lazy at home. I'm going to set myself up like a little like checklist of things that I know I'm going to get done. And each time I get to check one of those little things off, it's going to set off a thing in my head that makes me feel good, so I can get the energy to do the next one and the next one and the next one. Inspiration, it says, it's your purpose to shine your light. So it's up to you to shine your light and to trust your gut. And you are feeling that gut calling, or you wouldn't even be questioning it. You wouldn't even be like, why am I not doing it? But you may be also blocking yourself out of fear and out of the unknown. Like, I made a little thing earlier, and I was like, the reason why I'm not doing this is because I'm nervous about it and I haven't done it yet. But once we do those things and we see the results of doing those things, or we get over the hump of like, okay, this is awkward and this is new, and we keep showing up for it a little bit, and like we don't just like break and surrender on the first attempt, we finally start to see those blessings of that stuff. So it's like your body knows, get out of your head and into your heart. Don't overthink it. Don't beat yourself up. Hone in on your purpose and value. Think about what's important to you and what's important to your future and what's important to like your soul's evolution, and focus on that. And then look at the blessings in your life too, because sometimes when we start to feel lazy or we start to feel unsure, we start to focus on all the wrong that's happening around us and all the wrong that we're doing in our life. But focus on all the good things that you are doing in your life and all the good things that you have available. Like, I can shift my career. I have a skill that maybe other people don't have. I have opportunities presented to me in every moment of every day. I have another day to get this done. I have the capabilities of walking and talking, and like some, like, even things like that are very simple and it's easy to forget about. But like, when I could start walking again, I was bawling my eyes out because I could fucking steam the floor after months of not being able to like walk or steam or do anything. So that changes the perspective, but I still go back to places of like, what the fuck is wrong? Everything sucks. But then I'm like, well, you know what? It could be worse. You could be laid up in bed without being able to walk. So let's be thankful for the fact that we can even walk into these new opportunities. Let's be thankful for the opportunity to live another day. And shifting that mindset will help you to start attracting more opportunities and to get the motivation to do what you need to do. But as flowers appear, a new dawn is here. So a new dawn is here. You are surrounded by abundance. Like I was just saying, there's so many things for you to be grateful for right now. And pivot, tune into what feels good. What feels good for you. Like if you don't, you probably aren't feeling good where you're at right now, or you wouldn't be thinking about pivoting. You don't feel good about, you're welcome. You don't feel good about like what you're doing in your day to day, or you wouldn't be like, I feel so lazy. So tune into what feels good for you. Take off little small bites of what you need to do. Like I did all my crystals recently and that felt good. And then I could do like the activation and that felt good. And then I posted this thing yesterday. I was like, if anybody wants this, I spent $250 on it. If you want it for $188, let me know. 3 minutes later, someone's like, I want it. So I was like, oh, okay, that felt good. Like, oh wow, I didn't even have to make a fucking listing for it. Like it just, wow, okay, cool. So it gives me motivation to do the next one, to do the next one, to do the next one. Just like when I go live, like I don't know, I'm nervous about it, oh my goodness. But once I do it, okay, the next one, the next one, the next one. Same thing when I opened the Etsy shop. It made my life so much fucking easier rather than trying to order all these decks individually and like do it through a like old ass website thing that they have set up that doesn't work. It got so much easier. I had $100,000 in sales that year. Like crazy stuff opened up because I took that little baby step. Just one little tiny thing. Wasn't that difficult. But it's that initial step that we need to take that will bring that passion back into our life. So don't bite off more than you can chew. Go slow and steady and know that your new foundation is being put down beneath you. And it isn't a rush, okay? And just be thankful for everything that's available to you in this moment. But I do feel like blessings are coming for you. And I do have this deck over here. Life purpose. Bumpity beep. During virtue, the lady who went crazy. I started feeling like her the other day. I keep seeing stuff to do with like God and the Bible, and then my radio was like playing like, if I want to walk like Moses, and just so much weird shit. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to throw out all my crystals in my cards. Just like, it was weird. It was weird. We also have yoga coming through. It says, your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising, which is kind of funny because earlier today my back was hurting me really bad and I was doing some yoga movements to help and it stopped hurting when I did them. So I feel like, you know, taking time out to get your body right and get your mind right. Yoga is good not just in terms of your body, but in your mind. You know, just taking a little bit. Exercise will also release like endorphins and things inside of you that's going to give you that creative expression and give you that motivation to get those things done that you feel like I'm so lazy about. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So put yourself out there. It's time for you to decide and just take that action and that leadership in your life. It's time for you to be like, okay, and practice and make it work. And that's your doorway to infinite abundance. So good opportunities are coming for you, but you need to be the leader. Keep practicing. And music may also be powerful for you because she's playing an instrument. They're playing an instrument. Maybe listening to the right type of music will help you. I've been working out more awesome sauce. Don't do it. I won't. It was weird. I'm like, because Doreen Virtue, the reason why she did that is because everywhere she went, her radio station in her car would only play like an AM church thing. So she started getting like weird about it, and eventually was like, okay, I rescind everything I've ever done. She took all of her decks off and she's like, nope, nothing I ever said was ever right. And now she like, you know, throws stones at everybody who does anything with fairies or angels or anything. It's crazy. But yeah, I was having some of that go on. And getting outside might be helpful too. Hello. Why am I broke? Let's see. It's probably a past life thing and also beliefs. We all have shit going on inside of our lives that we hold on to at times, that manifested from our growing up in our past, things that we've experienced in our lives. You might need to be more inspired and compassionate, like towards yourself, like passionate towards your life. Getting larger than life and inspired towards something can help you to manifest more abundance. Become the magician. Rather than focusing on I'm broke, focus on the opportunities that are presented to you in every moment. We all have the same opportunities. We can come up with 1,001 excuses like, well, if I had the money, then I would do this, or if I had this, I would do that. Oh, my family this and my family that. And those are the things that will keep us stuck. But we got to shift the mindset in order to shift the energy. You're welcome. We got to keep putting ourselves out there and taking the action to get the justice and the balance. So if you've been, incarnated into a family that has a lot of difficulties with money and things like that, you're the one that's here to make that movement and that change, to break that pattern and to break that cycle and to not let those beliefs that they held on to keep you stuck. Okay, yeah, because it's like a tradition. It's a programming that's been programmed into you, just like all the people who went into church early. They've been programmed to be like, well, if it's not in the Bible, then it's not true. And what about all the fucking people that lived before the Bible? Like, you know what I mean? Or what about all the people who live on the other side of the world? You can't dismiss what they believe just because they didn't experience it. But you can look at that and realize the opportunity in that is like, it literally is a reflection of what I believe. So if I believe myself to be broke and struggling and stuck, then I'm going to stay there. And that's what the devil wants us to do. But if you can allow yourself to shift that mindset, you will start to see the results and the expansion and the abundance and the good stuff that can come to you by believing in something and surrendering and having that new awakening that will bring you to a better foundation. What happens after suicide? A lot of people believe that you come back around. Some people think that you go to hell and are damned forever, but a lot of people, I feel like you're going to come back here. I can't give you the exact sign because I've never done it to know. I've tried to kill myself and it didn't work. Many times I feel like I was like, I'm such a fucking failure because I couldn't even do that right. But I feel like you just come back to live another round of lessons until you stop doing that. You might go through some illness and fatigue and some difficulties, but I do feel like many of us are trapped here in a soul trap anyways, and the whole point of coming through here is to learn and grow and expand and break out of those lessons so that you can, get out of here and not keep coming back to do the same thing over and over. But some of us have also come in to help, to awaken others and to break on that stuff, to keep working on ourselves and each other in the collective and to decide what we're going to do so that we don't, block ourselves from our freedom. We have the freedom to decide. We get to choose what we're going to do. We get to choose the life that we're going to live and the beliefs that we're going to believe and where we're going to head. But there is a wheel of karma that we're also dealing with while we're here. Our family's karma, our karma, and the synchronicity is guiding us throughout our lives. So pay attention to what the synchronicity is showing you so you can develop like a fine wine and read the omens and pay attention to the things that you're being shown. Be observant so you can create a new event and a magical power over the experiences that you're creating. Bridget, I'm happy you're here. You helped a lot of people and continue to do so. Thank you so much. Mia and Francesca had a great connection. Then he started acting like a moron and I walked away. Can you check how he is currently feeling? Neither of us wanted it to end completely. Sure. Me and Francesca had a great connection. Then he started acting like a moron and I walked away. Can you check in how he's currently feeling? Neither of us wanted it to end completely. All right. I have the Magician and the High Priestess. So I feel like intuitively you know that like this, thank you. Intuitively you know, like he didn't really want it to end. You didn't really want it to end. Let's see what else. I feel like he still wants to transform it. He may be trying to get the tools together to do so. Like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Just trying to figure out what to do. And then the Ten of Pentacles is here. So I feel like he does see you as somebody that he would like to have that ultimate fulfillment in life, where he sees you as the end game or the person that he's supposed to come to a connection with. He may want to reach out and communicate with you more. I feel like he might have some sort of truth that he's holding back from you and that he wants to get into Chariot to come make a next level commitment. You know what I mean? Like wants to take it to the next level with you, but he may be holding back. But I definitely feel like he wants to say something. 8 of Wands, communicating, action, taking action, traveling. But he may be juggling. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? And if you're asking this, and you're the one that decided it, ask yourself too, like, what do I want out of this? And you said he started acting like an idiot and he was doing bad things. So, like, are you settling to deal with him? Are you just missing him because, like, he's not there and nobody else is yet either? Or is it something that you really want? Because we have the 515 here, and I feel like there is a push to shift. Like, maybe he can get his shit together and change himself and be a better version of himself. But people usually are who they are, and it's up to them to decide what they're going to do with themselves. Are they going to stay, you know, in those cycles that they've been in, or are they going to get themselves together and heal? I feel like there is an awakened love here. There is love here, and I think it will always exist. But you also need to keep those boundaries up and protect yourself with this, and keep that steadiness around you of, like, don't let this person harm you. Let me see. I'm in doubt. A part of me doesn't trust him anymore. And then, yeah, if you don't have trust, that's not a good thing, right? Like, you need to trust somebody. You need to have trust in the relationship. And say he comes back around and you're like, all right, we're going to do this again. If you don't trust him, it's going to sabotage it, because as you go on, if you think he's a manipulator, he may be a manipulator. You know, I just saw surrender the idea of thinking you can fix someone. You can't make him better. He can make himself better, but he has to want to, and he may not want to. He may just pretend to, so that he can get back into your good graces or do what he wants to do, you know, and then go right back to those old cycles. But if you're in doubt, then it's not from a good place, right? Like, it's not a good idea. And if he's manipulated you and you feel like he's a manipulator, you know, it may not be good. But we also have surrender resentment too. So, like, if you're holding on to resentment, that's not going to do anything to him. It's only going to harm you. If you're holding on to these anxieties and these thoughts of him, it's not going to do anything to him. It's only going to harm you, because you need to let go and cut that energy off and be like, okay, I'm good. I'm letting that go. Surrender the frustration, surrender the resentment, surrender the need to always be right. It's okay to let it go. Don't think about it too much. Just let it go and see what comes about from letting it go. If he's ever going to get his shit together, you will see him do that. But if you feel weird in his energy, or you feel off around him, it's not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? You deserve somebody that's best for you. We don't want someone that's controlling, and we don't want to try to control them either. We just want to, like, have good, comfortable connections. So I feel like he does want to communicate with you, but I feel like there is something here that needs to shift. And I'm not going to say that he's a horrible, no good guy and that he can never have his shit together, but what you're telling me on your side is not great. You know, like, this might be a cycle that needs to close out so that you can invite in something great and have the 4 of Wands with somebody that is worth having it with. 4 of Wands is like marriage, commitment, stability, having a good connection with somebody. I think he is looking at you from the outside. I feel like he's keeping an eye on you, but your best bet is to, you know, you take action, communicate, and travel towards what feels comfortable to you. Yeah, you're a magnet for your desires. And I feel like it's time to close this chapter in this cycle. You okay, Sadie lady? You okay? One of the dogs is coughing. I have a lot of resentment towards him. Yeah, that's not going to serve you. Lift out of that negativity, because if you're holding on to that, it doesn't harm him. It just harms you, and it keeps you feeling bad, and it keeps you feeling stuck. You okay? You know what I mean? It's not good to hold on to that stuff. It's just going to make you feel bad. Let it go as best as you can. And it don't worry if it takes you time to let it go, but know that holding on to it isn't going to serve anybody. Yeah, and it's surrender your attachment to results. It says the formula to success is to do all you can to make things happen, and then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. You okay? Just going to get a drink. Lift out of the negativity, and that will help you to find more presence in this moment. More, yeah, again, surrender resentment. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward to positive situations in your life. So let that stuff go, and that will be best for you. Rest and sleep. Don't think about it too much. I have a lot of animals. I have 5 dogs in here with me right now, all wiener dogs. But yeah, I would let go and, you know, try not to hold on to that energy, because I feel like it's just not going to serve you if you're not trusting them. Boopity boop. Okay. My husband passed over on December 23rd, or 23, and I'm sorry. And my doggy 3 weeks ago, oh my goodness, wanting any messages you may get. Thank you very much. We both were from Cancer. Okay. Are you okay? What you doing? Okay? Okay? All right. I'm getting hot. What deck? I'm going to use this deck. Whew. Renewal, Spirit Path of the North, spiritual progress, success, and hope. So I feel like this person that has passed over, and your pet, I feel like your pet is coming through, like with my pets, because my pets were all laying down, they were all sleeping, they weren't really doing anything, and now they're all up and moving around and like making sounds and coughing and being distractive. But I feel like it's to give you hope and renewal and knowing like you're not alone. Things like their spirit is still with you. You're building your dreams, and they're still cooperating with you. They're still working with you. You know, sometimes we feel like they're gone, they're not here, but they're still here serving you and helping you with your higher good. They're giving you guidance through signs and synchronicity. So trust the messages that you're receiving. There's lessons and growth that are coming from this passing and like them leaving the physical world. It's not easy to go through grief. It's not easy to go through loss, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I know it's difficult. I had a lot of passing happen like back to back in my life as well, and that can like feel like what am I doing wrong, or like I've attracted this in some way, or like why is everybody I know passing away. It's also a time of self-discovery for you and figuring out like the connection to spirit. Sometimes it's a catalyst for people to connect with spirit, to find a new identity, and to be more vulnerable with themselves, to learn universal lessons that they may never have learned, or, you know, not have seen that true potential within themselves. So you have true self inside of you. You have inner power inside of you that they're encouraging you to express and to put out there into the world, and to know that you're not alone and that they're always with you. We also have surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So know that they are with you, helping you to heal. And go outside into nature too, because I feel like the more time you're in nature, the more signs and synchronicity you're going to find connected to them. Like you might see in the clouds, the cloud looks like your pet, or you might hear your ex's or your husband's, you know, voice. You might hear something around you or see something around you that you wouldn't normally see just being in your house. And if you're frustrated at this time, or feeling, if you get frustrated, because that can be something that happens on the path too, just try to surrender any frustration. It doesn't open any door. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So you may be getting tested at this time. There may be tests coming up that are going to make you feel a little frustrated, or like, why did this happen to me? Like feeling singled out, feeling alone. Try not to let that take over. I do feel like these are significant connections in your life that are helping you to grow, even though it's difficult. It may not feel good, but it is helping you to face phobias. It's helping you to face fears. It's helping you to ascend and to grow and to see that you are free and to be free from all of the things that have happened in your life. Stop and look around. All you want will be found. So I feel like they are all around you too, and that there is more opportunities coming into your life that they're sending in. They're sending signs. They're sending synchronicity. There's new beginnings that are happening. What is going on? Okay? All right. Yeah, and a lot of this was about a spiritual enlightenment too. So trust your intuition, pay attention to your dreams, and maybe showing up to you in your dreams. There's secrets and hidden things that have been unknown that I feel like you're discovering in the consciousness of yourself, not like something that's difficult, like secrets they didn't want you to know. It's just more so secrets that you're uncovering through your spiritual awareness. Sometimes it takes something like a great loss, or sometimes it takes like a great, tragedy to happen in our lives that gives us a whole new perspective and a realization and awakening to explore things that a lot of people don't explore. Yeah, Ace of Wands. It's a new mindset. It's a new awareness. And it's helping you to cut things out of your life and beliefs out of your life that weren't going to serve you in the end, and to put boundaries up in the places that they are needed. And they are there with you while you're building this new foundation, and healing, from the heartache that you've been through with the situation. But you are finding more strength and more courage to do what needs to be done, to take the right action in your life, and to trust and know that they are all around you. You may even want to meditate and connect with them through meditation, but believe that they are with you. I believe if you don't get it right in this life, you keep repeating till you get it. Yes, I believe that too. I feel like we keep coming back around. The sign behind me says, become loyal to your innermost truth. Follow the way when all others abandon it. Walk the path of your own heart. Okay, what? Whoa. They have water. Why my person LC still with the karmic? Thank you. Okay. Why is the person LC still with the karmic? What time is it? 7 o'clock. Right. I'm going to go pretty soon because I got to do another live for my Patreon people. But I'll do like 2 more of these. So we got the 5 of Wands of the World. I feel like this is a conflict thingy, like a karmic contract with somebody that the contract isn't done with. Like there's something there that they're still dealing with. There's a reason why that person's in their life. There's a reason why they need to go through that. They may need to figure themselves out. I feel like the Chariot, they need to get like themselves more established. They need to figure out what's going on inside of themselves. They need to become stronger with the 9 of Pentacles. They need to be able to be independent. So like, say that they break up with this person, I wouldn't expect them to be available to be in a relationship very soon after that. They need to go through the difficulty. They need to go through the karmic contract. And then they need to be able to learn to stand on their own 2 feet and be healthy individually on their own so that they can have a healthy relationship in the future. So if you're waiting on them, realize that you may be mirroring that karmic contract yourself by waiting on somebody that's not emotionally available, waiting on somebody that's taken, waiting on somebody that has some work to do, would be an indicator that I also have some work to do, that I still need to figure out what's going on internally with me so that I can attract in the right type of people and the right opportunities, and be waiting for the right opportunities, because I feel like you may be waiting for something to happen here so you can have your 2 of Cups moment, but you may go through another Tower moment when you realize like that, because I've been there. I did that. Believe me, I fucking know. Like, oops. Oh. Like, we don't just break up and get to go to the next place. No, like that's not how divine connections work. That's not how spiritual things grow. Sometimes we get caught in those illusions of like, okay, once this is done, I'll go there. And I've seen it in many, many, many people. And I've seen it happen in many, many people. It's like, well, they broke up and like, we're still not together for many, many months to years, for whatever. But it's dependent on the individuals within those connections. And it's dependent on the individual that's waiting on that connection. And the self-healing that they go through, the growth that they need to acknowledge. The 5 of Cups is here. It's like, we may be choosing to keep ourselves stuck or choosing to keep ourselves sad by not looking at the truth and the illumination, or not making the right decisions in the moment to move forward. Like we want our 10 of Cups, but is our 10 of Cups even like feasible? Is it something that is out of our hands? Is it something that like isn't possible because it's not available, because it's not the right thing for us at this moment? The 8 of Cups is here. It's like, to get the emotional fulfillment, you might need to walk away from the ideas that are being held onto right now, and the energies that are being held onto right now, closing this chapter so that you don't get stuck waiting for something that can't be met. you know, let's see. Yeah, 5 of Wands. There's a lot of conflict here that needs to be walked away from on both sides, I feel. So just as much as they're responsible for dealing with their karmic contract, so are you. And our twin flames it can be a karmic contract. Our soulmates can be a karmic contract. There's karmic energies within every relationship, with our parents, with our friends, with our soulmates, because that's just how it is. It's like, you've been here before, you'll probably come back around again, unless you can clear all of that karmic crap stuff up. And if we want our 10 of Cups, we got to make those right decisions to not stay stuck and to not wait on things that we know aren't serving us. We got to choose to love ourselves unconditionally so others can love us unconditionally. We want the Emperor in our lives, not the like page, or not the knight, or not the somebody that's going to be foolish and do things that don't feel good to us. But we are foolish if we are waiting for people who aren't doing the right things for us. So I feel like it's kind of just like it's a mirror. It's like you're waiting on somebody, and so they're waiting on something. And when you stop waiting, they may stop waiting. But that doesn't mean instantaneous results either. That means we gotta, let that stuff go. We have also surrender to denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. So I feel like you just need to see the situation clearly, and that's going to help you to clear away from like the stuff that's been stuck and blocked within the situation, and start you on the right path to where you're meant to be. And it says, if you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring the clarity or even solve the problem. So try not to be obsessive about it. Don't think about it too much. Go out and have fun. Go play. Go enjoy your life. Go find success in other areas. Don't put your life on hold for people that can't be the Emperor. You deserve the Emperor. You deserve providing, protecting, pursuing, showing up, single, all of those good things. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hello, thank you. Will I see them again? Soul Tribe Twin Flame. Okay. I'm going to do one more after this. So, will I see them again? Twin Flame. I have the Four of Cups. Ooh, I'm like, oh, the Four of Cups can be seen as like missing an opportunity, or like the Four of Cups is usually like a guy sitting at a tree and like somebody's handing him a cup, but he doesn't see it. So I feel like there may be an opportunity that comes in the future at some point, but you may not see it. You might miss that opportunity to see that person again. With the Princess of Pentacles, like a lot of times this happens too. People that are in here, the messages I'm saying to one person kind of like translate to over people. Think about what is stable in your life. Think about what means like what type of authentic, vulnerable, physical offer do you want to receive in your life? Like you want Two of Cups. You want twin flame energy. You want divine counterpart energy. You don't want a miss. You don't want a maybe. You don't want to like wait on something. Like it should just be instant, like, wow. It should be good. It shouldn't be difficult. Like, I don't know where all this weird ass shit came out of, where it's like, oh, you gotta wait, and oh, there's gotta be these big bad obstacles, and oh, they gotta cheat, and they gotta lie, and they gotta steal, and they gotta like have other people in the way. Like, people have painted that on the divine thing and made it become very not good. And it's like they've left very little divinity within it. And I'm just, it leaves people in this Five of Pentacles energy. It sets them up to fail. And I feel like that's almost by design, because we see this in our world all over the place. There's so many people that are seeing things and doing things and getting engaged into agendas that are detrimental to the human population, and like our growth and our expansion and coming together and working together. Even women, like the whole pushing of femininity and all of that, so women have equal rights and they go to work and they do that. It was an agenda for them to get more money. The reason why like people, like when they have kids in the US and they don't have any like time off from work, the fucking formula companies have pushed for that because they want to sell more baby formula rather than having the mothers at home feeding them from their breast so they can make more money. We live in a world of a lot of manipulation and a lot of like weird shit. And I know that may be like, what are you talking about when it comes to this? But it does mess up in these areas. Like, you deserve true love. You deserve someone that's showing up fully. It shouldn't be a missed opportunity. It shouldn't be an almost. It shouldn't be full of anxiety and sleepless nights and difficult bullshit. Like, it should just be like, wow, this is great, and let's have a good time. and not deal with all of the stuff that goes along with these things sometimes of like, oh, but they're so far away, or, oh, this is really hard, and oh, this is falling apart. We want to feel good. We want to feel nostalgic. We want to feel happy. We want to feel that inner child come alive within us. We want to go to our 10 of Pentacles, ultimate fulfillment in life. We want to feel supported and secure. And sometimes that takes taking action and traveling away from the things that aren't that. But I do feel like there might be an opportunity that comes in your future. But I want you to have clear in your mind what that means to you. What does twin flame mean to you? Divine twin flame, without any like missed opportunities and stuff. Because everything that we attract is a rippling out of what we're perceiving and thinking and feeling. And if we're thinking and feeling and seeing things kind of like in a misconstrued way, or we haven't seen the full truth of things, sometimes we cause ourselves distractions that will keep us from seeing the truth of like, right there's your twin flame, but you missed the opportunity because you thought it was that guy, or because you were believing something else that kept you from seeing that. So I feel like it's in your ball, like the ball is in your court. You're going to be the decision maker on if you see the truth or not, or if you see the opportunity or not. So don't allow yourself to get too distracted or mixed up within all the illusions that are happening on our planet. Try to be calm, try to be clear, try to be very like, I know what I'm ready for, so your Ace of Cups can manifest. And it doesn't have to be like quickly, it doesn't have to be like overnight, but it has to come from a judgment within of knowing that I'm worthy of it, I'm deserving of it, I know what it looks like, and I'm ready for it when it's ready to present. I'm not going to be attached to the outcome. I'm not going to be obsessive about it. I'm just going to allow it to manifest when it's meant to, and that's when I'll have the good outcome. So Ace of Pentacles is like, yes, here you go. All right. And yeah, and moving out of the troubled waters of our minds, moving out of the difficulties of the past. All right. Thank you, thank you. So this is going to be the last one. Paul 2307, has he noticed me? And if yes, is he attracted? This might sound like a strange question. I feel like this person, with the Two of Pentacles, this is like similar to what I was just saying to someone. Like this is like having a lot to juggle. But with the Prince of Swords, I feel like they may have noticed you. They may want to communicate with you. But they may have a lot going on in their life. They may have a lot of distractions going on, or just like other things that are happening that are keeping them from being able to like communicate with you or give you that, you know. Yeah, the Eight of Cups, I feel like they've got a lot of shit that they need to clean up in their life. I feel like they have seen you or acknowledged you. They may be attracted to you, but they've got a lot going on, a lot of chaos, a lot of things that they need to clear up. And that may even be best for you, because I feel like if this person were to come present to you right now or like be like, hey, I'm interested in you, let's hang out. Like they've got a lot of fucking chaos, a lot of conflict, and a lot of competition that you might have to deal with. That would be like, wow, this isn't fun. Like this person never has any time for me, or all these other people are interested in them. I'm getting triggered. I'm getting jealous. I just feel like they've got a lot going on in their life. With the Fool here, I feel like there is a potential to take a leap of faith with this person, but you're going to be very needed to be very strong in your confidence, in your stability, in knowing like, okay, like I can handle this. I'm not going to let that shit rock my boat. Like, I don't need to see you every day. I don't need to talk to you every day. I'm not worried if so-and-so is talking to you. I'm not worried if so-and-so is interested in you. You would have to be very stable and secure within yourself to handle that type of relationship, because I feel like a lot of people have this person's attention, and a lot of people might see this as an Emperor energy. And yeah, I just feel like you would need the right mindset to be able to go somewhere with this situation. But I do feel like they've noticed you. But yeah, they got a lot happening in their life. Four of Cups again. This is like, sometimes we miss the opportunity, but it's like, it's not even like when we miss an opportunity, there's a reason for it. It's just like, that's not the opportunity we're meant to take right now, or it's gonna be more difficult. Like we need to start trusting that like the universe has our back, and like not forcing things or pushing things where they shouldn't go, or looking at it as like I was rejected or it didn't work out for me. Like maybe it was because like, all right, like I ran into traffic and I was late to work, but maybe that traffic prevented me from my death. Or this person I really like, I wish they would look at me or notice me, but maybe they haven't because they were a serial killer and they're gonna end up killing me. Like we gotta start trusting our spirit and our guides to know like we are strong and protected, and that what is meant to be will be, and what isn't won't. But take the next level commitment to yourself, work on your inner confidence and strength, and just know that whatever's meant to be will be, and you will find clarity in the right person, and the right opportunities will come into your life when they're meant to. But try not to focus on like making it happen. I feel like good things are coming for you if you choose to like be cool, calm, collected about what is and isn't happening, if that makes sense. Like, even if something doesn't work out for me, I'm not gonna let it mean something bad about me. I'm gonna find strength and know that like everything's good. Everything is exactly as it should be, or it wouldn't be. Everything is exactly as it should be, or it wouldn't be the way that it is. I'm moving towards where I'm meant to be and where I'm going to be stable. I'm making the judgment calls that are going to help me to navigate to the receiving of love that I would like to receive, and the right opportunities that I'd like to have, and like that, being that magician in my life and transmuting the weird stuff into positivity, attracting the right people to work with, the right people to love with, the right people to grow with, and not getting like, oh no, when things don't work out. But I do feel like the person has noticed you. You are welcome. All right, guys, so I'm going to go because I need to I got to do another live for my Patreon people tonight, but I will be back with more lives very soon. You are welcome. I'm glad that it helped. But yes, thank you guys very much. I will be back to do live maybe later tonight. Who knows? I'm going live at 9 with my Patreons, and then I am planning on doing more lives here soon. So have a good night. In Mune. Namaste.